I recently had an awesome time filming with an incredible creator, Teppo Happoja. We woke up at the butt crack of dawn and went on a sunrise shoot here in a mountain in Bali. This shoot made me think of an important tip that can help your sunrise, sunset, and blue hour shots look as best as possible. And that is making sure that your white balance is not set to automatic white balance and instead is manually entered to Kelvin values that will go over or adjusted to one of the presets available in your camera. So right now my camera is set to auto white balance. It is doing its best to try and adjust the color temperature of the shot to be as natural as possible. But the problem with auto white balance, especially in sunrise, sunset, and blue hour settings, is then it sucks out a lot of that color that we like to see. So a tip I learned from filmmaker Brandon Lee is for sunsets to adjust your white balance to daylight, which is 5600 Kelvin. Because daylight is normally a cooler color temperature, switching to this at sunrise or sunset will really help your shots to get even more of a golden glow. Something that I forgot on this shoot with Teppo is that if your sunset is a cloudy one, like ours was for a while, you may want to raise your Kelvin value to around 6500 Kelvin to introduce warmer tones into the overall cooler shot. For blue hour, by changing your white balance to tungsten, which is around 3200 Kelvin, this will tell the camera that it needs to add a cooler color temperature, which will result in a blue hour that helps those dusk colors pop a lot more. Now hold up, you might be thinking a few things. Can't I just adjust this in post? You can if you're shooting in a log profile, and it certainly helps to shoot in a higher bit depth like 10-bit or greater. I think it still looks better to adjust this in camera, but the amount of color information and tonal range that you have with 10-bit log footage is pretty impressive. However, if you typically shoot in 8-bit and a standard Rec. 709 picture profile though, then you're gonna find that making these adjustments in post can possibly cause some issues to your image. This is where not using auto white balance and changing the Kelvin value yourself can really come in handy. And lastly, I want to mention that auto white balance can sometimes do a good job depending on what camera you have, but that hit or miss consistency is not something I personally want to rely on when I only have a short amount of time to get a good looking shot. For those wanting to learn way more about videography and creative growth, go check out Teppo's channel. I'll put his link in the description. He is not only an awesome educator, but he is genuinely one of the nicest guys I've ever met. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.